7. Deadly in old age, traps to avoid at all costs. Aging brings wisdom, grace, and a lifetime of experiences to cherish. However, it also comes with its own set of challenges that can trap us if we are not careful. These traps are subtle, yet their consequences can deeply affect the quality of life. As someone who has walked through many seasons of life, I offer these 7 traps to avoid. Protect your well-being and maintain a fulfilling life by sidestepping these pitfalls. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. Overloading on nostalgia. Nostalgia is a double-edged sword. It brings warmth, reminding us of moments that shaped who we are, yet it can quietly pull us away from the present. For many older adults, revisiting the good old days is a comforting retreat, a safe harbor in a world that feels ever-changing. But when nostalgia becomes a fixation, it can create an invisible barrier between us and the life we are still living. Think about the times you've sat reminiscing about a family vacation, a loved one now gone, or a time when life felt simpler and brighter. These memories are treasures, yes, but they can also bring a bittersweet ache, leaving you yearning for a time you cannot return to. When this longing grows too strong, it risks overshadowing the beauty of today. You might find yourself comparing the present to the past, labeling now as less than simply because it is different. What we sometimes forget is that the past, no matter how golden it seems, was also filled with its challenges. Those days weren't perfect. They were simply lived. What made them special wasn't the absence of hardship, but the way you navigated through it. Holding on too tightly to these memories without also making space for the present is like gripping sand. The more you hold, the more slips through your fingers. To truly honor your memories, you must learn to use them as a guide, not as a destination. Instead of dwelling on what was lost, ask yourself, what can I carry forward from those days? Maybe it's the laughter shared during those family gatherings, the courage you showed in hard times, or the deep love that bound you to others. These aren't just memories, they're lessons, strengths, and joys you can still bring into your life today. Allow nostalgia to inspire you, not confine you. Share your stories with those who need to hear them, especially the younger generations who can learn from your journey. Write down your reflections, not as a lament for what is gone, but as a celebration of the life you've built. By doing so, you ensure that your past continues to enrich your present rather than overshadow it. And most importantly, remember this: the best days aren't necessarily behind you. They could be unfolding right now in the small, quiet moments you sometimes overlook. A morning walk where the air feels crisp and alive, a conversation with a friend who truly understands you, or the simple pleasure of holding a warm cup of tea in your hands. These moments may not have the grandeur of your youth, but they carry a richness all their own. The present is a gift waiting to be unwrapped, but you must be willing to open it. In choosing to live fully in today, you honor your past in the most profound way possible by showing it has prepared you to embrace the here and now. Life is not behind you, it's around you, waiting to be savored moment by moment. Nostalgia is not your destination, it's your companion, walking alongside you as you continue forward. 2. Overburdening loved ones. As we age, the dynamics of family and relationships begin to shift. The roles we once played, provider, protector, caregiver, start to evolve, and we may find ourselves relying more on the very people we once cared for. It's natural to lean on loved ones, but there is a fine balance between seeking support and unintentionally becoming a burden. The danger lies not in asking for help, but in asking for too much, too often, without realizing the strain it may cause. We sometimes underestimate the emotional weight our requests can carry. When you ask a child or a grandchild to run errands, handle your finances, or help with medical decisions, it's easy to forget that they may be juggling their own challenges, careers, families, or even their own health. They may feel torn between wanting to support you and the growing pressure to meet the demands of their own lives. This unspoken tension, if left unchecked, can lead to feelings of guilt, frustration, or even resentment on both sides. It's important to remember that asking for help does not diminish your independence or dignity, but how you ask and how much you ask makes all the difference. Independence doesn't mean doing everything on your own. It means doing what you can while knowing when and how to delegate the rest. Start by assessing your own capabilities honestly. Are there tasks you could learn to handle with a little patience or technology, such as managing online banking or scheduling appointments? Often, we avoid learning new things out of fear or pride, but tackling these small challenges can give you a renewed sense of control and lighten the load for others. Gratitude is another key to navigating this delicate balance. A heartfelt thank you can mean more than you realize. Expressing appreciation shows your loved ones that you don't take their efforts for granted. A small gesture, like writing a thank you note or preparing a favorite dish for them, can go a long way in showing your recognition of their support. Acknowledging their sacrifices and letting them know how much their help means to you strengthens the bond rather than straining it. At the same time, it's worth considering ways to expand your circle of support. Friends, neighbors, or community services can help share the load. Many towns have programs specifically for seniors, offering transportation, home maintenance, or companionship. Joining such programs not only provides practical assistance, but also keeps you socially engaged, reducing the reliance on a single individual or family member. The heart of this issue often lies in communication. Sit down with your loved ones and have an open conversation about what kind of help you need and what they can reasonably offer. Listen to their concerns and work together to find solutions that feel fair to everyone. Perhaps your child can help with finances, while a friend assists with errands. By dividing responsibilities, you ensure no one feels overwhelmed. Most importantly, don't let fear of being a burden prevent you from reaching out at all. The people who love you want to help. They just need to feel that their contributions are valued and that their boundaries are respected. When you approach these relationships with understanding and cooperation, you strengthen the ties that bind you rather than testing them. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness. It's a testament to the trust and love you share with others. By balancing your needs with their capacities, you create a partnership that allows everyone to thrive. In this way, leaning on loved ones becomes not a burden, but a bridge, connecting you more deeply to the people who matter most. 3. Succumbing to ageism. Ageism is not just an external force. It's a quiet voice within us, often shaped by societal stereotypes that tells us we are too old for certain things. It's the subtle hesitation before trying something new, the unspoken doubt when facing a challenge, or the belief that aging automatically means losing relevance. Over time, these thoughts can take root, convincing us to shrink our lives and settle for less than we're capable of. Succumbing to ageism is one of the most dangerous traps because it robs us not only of opportunities, but of the belief in our own worth. The messages we receive from the world often reinforce these feelings. Advertisements show youth as the pinnacle of beauty and vitality. Conversations can sometimes include patronizing phrases like, "You're too old to worry about that," or "Let the younger generation handle it." These subtle dismissals, while seemingly harmless, can chip away at our confidence, making us feel invisible or irrelevant. But the most insidious part of ageism is when we start to believe it ourselves. Age is not a limitation. It is a layer of richness and experience that younger generations cannot replicate. Every wrinkle is a story, every gray hair a testament to resilience. Yet, the trap of ageism convinces us to hide these badges of honor or treat them as signs of defeat. It whispers that our time has passed, that the best years are behind us. This couldn't be further from the truth. Overcoming ageism begins with reclaiming your narrative. You are not defined by the number of candles on your birthday cake, but by the passions that still burn within you. The world is still full of possibilities waiting for you to embrace them. Do you have a skill you've always wanted to learn, a place you've always dreamed of visiting, or a story you've longed to write? Now is the time. It's not about proving anything to others. It's about proving to yourself that growth and discovery are ageless. Challenge the stereotypes by living in a way that defies them. If someone assumes you're too old for technology, surprise them by mastering video calls or sharing photos online. If the world suggests retirement means retreat, redefine it by pursuing hobbies, starting a small business, or volunteering for causes that ignite your passion. Each step you take towards something new is a step away from the limiting beliefs that ageism imposes. But breaking free from ageism isn't just about personal growth. It's about reshaping the world's perception of aging. When you engage with life fully, you inspire others, young and old alike, to see aging differently. You become a role model for resilience, curiosity, and the beauty of evolving through every stage of life. It's also crucial to surround yourself with people who value and uplift you. Spend time with those who celebrate your wisdom, encourage your dreams, and respect your contributions. These relationships remind you that your value doesn't diminish with age, it deepens. Seek out intergenerational connections where your experiences can guide and inspire younger generations while their energy and perspectives refresh your own outlook. Above all, remember that age is not the enemy, fear is. Fear of judgment, fear of change, and fear of the unknown are far more paralyzing than any number on a calendar. Every morning you wake up is proof that you are still capable of joy, impact, and growth. Instead of letting ageism tell you what you can't do, let your spirit remind you of what you can. Succumbing to ageism is not inevitable. It is a choice, often made unconsciously, to believe the world's narrative instead of writing your own. Reject it. Stand tall in the knowledge that you are still here, still vibrant, and still contributing. The world needs your wisdom, your stories, and your strength more than ever. Your life is not in the shadow of what was. It is in the light of what still can be. 4. Losing intellectual curiosity. The journey of life is one of constant discovery, yet as we age, the spark of intellectual curiosity can begin to dim. This isn't because we lack the capacity to learn or grow, but because we convince ourselves that our time for exploration has passed. We fall into routines, believing that what we already know is enough and that stepping outside our comfort zones is no longer necessary. But the truth is, losing intellectual curiosity doesn't just close doors, it narrows the richness of our lives, leaving us disconnected from the wonder that makes each day meaningful. Curiosity isn't reserved for the young. It's not about chasing degrees or professional achievements. It's about engaging with the world in a way that keeps your mind alive. Think about the joy of discovering something new, a book that opens your eyes to a different perspective, a documentary that teaches you about a part of the world you've never visited, or a conversation that makes you see an old idea in a fresh light. These moments don't just pass the time, they feed your soul, keeping you vibrant and engaged. When curiosity fades, life can feel smaller. You might find yourself saying, I'm too old to learn that. Or, what's the point of trying something new now? These thoughts are the real trap, not your age or your circumstances. Curiosity is the antidote to stagnation. It reminds us that the world is vast, that there is always more to learn, and that we are never too old to grow. Rekindling curiosity starts with small steps. It could be as simple as picking up a book on a subject that intrigues you or exploring local classes where you can learn a new skill. It might mean asking questions about the world around you or diving into a hobby you've always wanted to try. Even challenging yourself to learn modern technology, something that can feel daunting, can open doors to connection and discovery. The process of learning, however small, keeps your mind sharp and your spirit hopeful. But curiosity isn't just about what you learn, it's about how it connects you to others. Sharing your interests with family or friends creates opportunities for deeper bonds. Engaging with younger generations, listening to their ideas, and sharing your own fosters mutual respect and understanding. These exchanges remind us that curiosity is a bridge linking us to people, places, and experiences we might otherwise overlook. Most importantly, intellectual curiosity helps us navigate the challenges of aging with grace. It keeps our minds flexible, our perspectives open, and our hearts ready to embrace change. In a world that is constantly evolving, staying curious allows us to adapt and find meaning in the new and unfamiliar. It's not just about keeping the mind active, it's about staying engaged with life itself. Losing intellectual curiosity isn't an inevitable part of aging, it's a choice. And choosing to remain curious is an act of defiance against the idea that life's best moments are behind us. It's a declaration that every day holds the potential for discovery, wonder, and growth. When you nurture your curiosity, you're not just learning about the world, you're discovering new parts of yourself, proving that life, in all its complexity, still has so much to offer. 5. Overlooking spiritual health. Spiritual health often exists quietly in the background of our lives, unnoticed, until it becomes a need we can no longer ignore. It's easy to focus on the physical and mental aspects of well being while neglecting the deeper, intangible part of ourselves that craves connection and meaning. Yet, as we age, tending to our spiritual health is perhaps more important than ever. It is the compass that guides us through life's transitions, the anchor that steadies us in times of loss, and the light that reminds us of the beauty still present in the world. Spirituality is not bound to religion, though for many, faith offers a powerful source of solace and strength. At its core, spirituality is about connection to others, to the universe, and to ourselves. It's about understanding that life is part of something greater, something infinite, and finding peace in that knowledge, whether through prayer, meditation, nature, or acts of kindness. Spirituality nourishes the soul and allows us to see beyond the surface of daily life. As we age, spirituality helps us navigate the inevitability of change. We may lose loved ones, face health challenges, or confront the uncertainty of what lies ahead. These moments can feel overwhelming, even isolating. But spiritual health reminds us that we are never truly alone. It gives us the tools to process grief, to find purpose in adversity, and to hold on to hope when the path forward seems unclear. Spirituality also deepens our capacity for gratitude and joy. It allows us to savor the small, fleeting moments that make life extraordinary. A quiet sunrise, the laughter of a child, the warmth of a hug. These experiences remind us that meaning is not found in grand achievements, but in the everyday miracles that surround us, waiting to be noticed. But spiritual health is not just a refuge, it is also a call to action. It invites us to reflect on the legacy we want to leave behind. What values do we hold most dear? How can we pass those values on to future generations? Spiritual health encourages us to live with intention, to act with kindness, and to ensure that our lives, however long or short, leave the world a little brighter. To nurture your spiritual health, begin by making space for it in your life. This could mean setting aside time each day for reflection, whether through prayer, journaling, or simply sitting quietly with your thoughts. Seek out practices that resonate with you, walking in nature, listening to music that stirs your soul, or engaging in acts of service that align with your values. Whatever form it takes, spirituality should feel like a homecoming, a return to the deepest parts of yourself. Most importantly, give yourself permission to explore. Spiritual health is not a fixed destination, but a journey that evolves with you. What brought you comfort or meaning in one phase of life may no longer resonate, and that's okay. The beauty of spirituality is its ability to grow alongside you, adapting to meet your needs as you change. Overlooking spiritual health is a loss, not just to yourself, but to those who love you and look to you for guidance. By nurturing this vital part of yourself, you become a source of strength, wisdom, and inspiration for others. You remind them and yourself that even in the face of life's challenges, there is always light to be found, always purpose to be embraced, and always love to be shared. Spiritual health is not an afterthought. It is the heartbeat of a life well lived. 6. Ignoring environmental hazards. The spaces we inhabit, once familiar and comforting, can subtly become sources of danger as we age. It's easy to overlook the small risks in our environment, an uneven rug, poorly lit hallway, or a slippery bathroom floor. These hazards may seem insignificant at first, but they carry the potential for life-altering consequences. Falls are among the leading causes of injury in older adults, yet many of these accidents are entirely preventable with awareness and proactive measures. Ignoring environmental hazards is often rooted in the belief that it won't happen to me. You may think of yourself as cautious, capable, or experienced enough to avoid such incidents. But as mobility changes and reflexes slow, even the smallest oversight can lead to a stumble, and the aftermath of a fall can be far more challenging to recover from than we anticipate. The tragedy is that these situations are often preventable, and by taking simple precautions, you can protect yourself and maintain the independence you value so deeply. Creating a safe environment is not an admission of weakness. It is an act of wisdom and self-respect. It's about preserving your ability to move freely and confidently within your home. Start by assessing your living space with fresh eyes. Look at it as though you were seeing it for the first time. Are there items cluttering pathways? Is the lighting sufficient, especially in areas like staircases or the bathroom? Would adding grab bars or non-slip mats enhance your security? These adjustments may seem minor, but they can mean the difference between a safe, secure home and an accident waiting to happen. But addressing environmental hazards isn't just about practicality, it's about peace of mind. When you know your surroundings are safe, you can move about your day without the constant worry of, what if? This peace allows you to focus on the joys of life, spending time with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, or simply enjoying the comfort of your home. Equally important is recognizing when to seek help. Pride often keeps us from asking family members or professionals for assistance with modifications or assessments. However, Inviting others to help you adapt your home is not a sign of defeat. It is a collaborative effort to ensure you can live fully and independently. In fact, involving loved ones in the process often brings families closer together as they share in your commitment to safety and well-being. The world outside your home also warrants attention. Sidewalks, public spaces, and even familiar routes can present new challenges. Staying mindful of these external environments and adjusting your approach, using mobility aids, wearing supportive footwear, or traveling with a companion demonstrates strength and adaptability. Ultimately, addressing environmental hazards is an act of self-love. It's about acknowledging that your safety and comfort matter, that you deserve to live in a space where you can thrive without fear. Ignoring these risks does not protect your independence. It jeopardizes it. By taking action, you reclaim control over your surroundings and ensure that your home remains a sanctuary, a place where you can feel secure, confident, and truly at peace. 7. Fearing dependence to a fault. Independence is a deeply held value, especially as we age. For many, it represents freedom, dignity, and self-respect, qualities that are fiercely protected after a lifetime of hard work and resilience. But the fear of dependence can become a shadow that looms too large, causing us to reject help even when we genuinely need it. This fear, while understandable, can lead to unnecessary suffering, isolation, and even risks to health and safety. There's a fine line between valuing independence and resisting assistance to the point of harm. When we view accepting help as a loss of autonomy, we risk pushing away those who care about us, or worse, neglecting our own well-being. For example, declining help with household chores, transportation, or medical care might feel like preserving pride in the moment, but it can create unnecessary burdens or lead to preventable hardships down the road. The key is to reframe what it means to accept help. Relying on others does not diminish your strength. It showcases your wisdom. Recognizing when to lean on others demonstrates self-awareness and a commitment to living well. It's a partnership, not a one-sided arrangement. When you allow loved ones to assist you, you are giving them the opportunity to express their care and love, deepening the bonds that hold you together. It's also important to remember that accepting help is not an all-or-nothing scenario. You can maintain your independence while selectively seeking support where it's needed. Perhaps you manage your finances and daily routine, but accept assistance with transportation or physical tasks. This balance allows you to remain active and engaged while ensuring your needs are met. Independence doesn't mean doing everything alone. It means having the freedom to make choices that enhance your quality of life. Communication plays a critical role in overcoming the fear of dependence. Be honest with yourself and with others about your capabilities and limitations. Expressing your needs clearly can prevent misunderstandings and ensure that the support you receive aligns with your preferences. Most importantly, approach these conversations with an open heart. The people who love you are not offering help out of pity. They are doing so out of respect and a desire to see you thrive. Dependence, when approached wisely, can even be a source of growth. It teaches us humility, gratitude, and the strength that comes from trusting others. It reminds us that life is not meant to be lived in isolation, but in connection with those around us. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It is an acknowledgement of our shared humanity, a recognition that we all need each other at different points in life. By fearing dependence to a fault, we build walls that keep us from receiving the care, love, and support we deserve. Letting go of that fear does not mean surrendering your independence. It means embracing a new form of strength. It means recognizing that asking for help is not giving up control, but taking charge of your well-being. And in doing so, you create a life filled with connection, balance, and dignity, one that is richer because of the people who walk alongside you. Embracing life's richness in every moment. As we journey through the later chapters of life, it is vital to remember that aging is not a surrender. It is a profound evolution. Each moment we are given is an opportunity to deepen our connection to ourselves, to others, and to the world around us. The traps of old age, be it losing curiosity, neglecting spirituality, or fearing dependence, are not inevitable. They are merely invitations to pause, reflect, and choose a path of growth and resilience. Life's richness is not defined by age, but by the depth with which we live it. By staying curious, we allow our minds to remain vibrant and engaged. By nurturing our spiritual health, we anchor ourselves in peace and purpose. By embracing help when needed, we strengthen the bonds that sustain us. These are not compromises, they are acts of wisdom that affirm our value and dignity at every stage of life. The greatest gift we can give ourselves is to continue to embrace the beauty and possibility of each day. Whether through small acts of kindness, moments of reflection, or the courage to try something new, we ensure that our lives remain meaningful no matter the challenges. The years behind us are treasures, but the days ahead are opportunities waiting to be embraced. Aging is not about what we lose, it's about what we gain. Perspective, gratitude, and the understanding that life's essence lies not in its length but in its depth. Walk forward with grace, knowing that your journey is far from over. It is instead a canvas still being painted, full of colors and stories yet to unfold. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.